Ladies and gentlemen, your commissioner, Bennett Roberts. Hey, what's up, everybody? Hey, whoa, main man Bennett back here and again. What a big, nice audience. Thanks for the round of applause. Sit down. Okay, here we go. Welcome to the Nacho Mama's Fantasy. No, let's get this. This is too much. There we go. The Nacho Mama's Fantasy Football League. Volume 6. Got some power rankings. Society. Okay, welcome back to the program. What an intro, am I right or am I right? Okay, here we go. One thing different I'm going to do this week is I'm going to share what I think is any given team's, what I'm calling a mid-season MVP of their team. So, just going to get right on into it. We got ourselves a 12th place team. 12th place team in these here rankings is... it's Team Diaper Funds. That's correct. You know, they go down a slot, and who's to blame? I blame Jonathan Taylor overall, holding out, and, the whole injury, and, I don't have a whole lot to say about Corey's team. I hope there's some improvement, and he gets some wins in the future. His mid-season MVP, I would say, is definitely, without question, Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce is number one at the position, averaging over 15 fantasy points per game. So, anyway, that's 12th place. We're going to move on to the 11th place team. And the 11th place team in these rankings is Dork. It's Dork. Dork is the one. Dork is the man at 11. And, really close to not being in the 11th place slot. Only lost by 2 points or so, or less than 2 even. I blame Jonnu Smith, which autocorrects to Johnny Smith. What the hell is he doing only getting 1.8 points? Had Randy played Hunter Henry, who only got 4.3 points, he would have won. Dork's mid-season MVP, probably Justin Herbert. Just got 30 points, averaging, 25 points a game? So, that's 11th place. We're going to move on to the 10th place team. And the 10th place team in these rankings is Moldy Biscuits. Moldy Biscuits, you get the win, you move up 2 slots. Michael got the win against Allen, and he won by a little over 2 points. So there's a couple pretty close games this week. Very close. He needed every bit of Dak Prescott's 36-point performance. Let's see. Moldy Biscuits midseason MVP. Tough to call. But I'll give it to Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase is the Moldy Biscuits midseason MVP, averaging over 17 points per game. That's a 10th place team. We're going to move on to the 9th place team. And the 9th place team in these here rankings is Betta W Chedda. Ben didn't get it done this week, and I blame Patrick Mahomes. What can we say? Mahomes is also his mid-season MVP, if I had to give it to somebody. This team basically goes as far as he goes. And he got like 5 points this past week. So how often that going to happen? Probably not going to happen again. So we'll see. This is probably the lowest Ben's going to be. I would expect him to creep up these rankings forevermore. Moving on to the 8th place team in these rankings. Okay, 8th place. And it's grand salami time, baby. That's right. Katie's team is great, but they lost. So I'm knocking her down a little bit. You know, Lamar Jackson is really, he has to perform at a high level, and then this team performs at a high level. That's how she's gotten her victories. So he's pretty inconsistent. Now, the midseason MVP for this team, if I had to give it up, I'd say it's the Cowboys' defense. That's right. But I don't know. They are the number one defense in fantasy, averaging over 13 points. And coming from a defense, that's a really good just piece to have help you out along the way. Katie takes on Swift Brown Digger this week. Big game, big team. We're going to move right along to the seventh place team. Seventh place team in these year rankings is, you guessed it, Swift Brown Digger. So the Swift Brown Digger is 4-4. Grand Salami Time 4-4. Betta W Chedda 4-4. Fancy Lads 4-4. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. Lots of fours going on there, boy. Swift Brown Digger scored the most points of anyone this week. Give it up for Tanner. 139.26 points. Got the win against the Dynasty. And I put up 131. I thought, 131. There are a lot of high points this week. Swift Brown Digger's mid-season MVP. And I could really give it up. There's two players I could go. I'm going with A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown could go with Tua. Tua's top 3 at the quarterback position. A.J. Brown is second only to Tyreek Hill. If there was no such thing as a Tyreek Hill, then A.J. Brown would be the best of the best. 7th place, up 2 slots. There you go. We'll move on to the 6th place team, all right? The 6th place team. It's the Fancy Lads. Fancy Lads. Whitdo got the win, though. Dude went with Gino. Gino against the Browns, the number 1 defense in the country, the world. You know, freaking Jahmyr Gibbs putting up 27 points. Whitney's team is great. A lot of pieces that I really like. Well-deserved. I'm putting him as the top of the 4-4 teams because that's what I think about his team relative to the other 4-4 teams. He has, I believe, scored more points in totality than these other teams. So, what else? Mid-season MVP for the Fancy Lads, and I'm giving it I'm giving it to 2 guys. Stephon Diggs and/or Keenan Allen. Both of these gentlemen, top 4 in their position, and averaging 17, 18 points per game. Both of them. So, which one? Which one you want? He's got both. You wish you had one. You got none because he got both. Anyway, we'll move on to the 5th place team. And the 5th place team in these year rankings is... Side Betta Go is in 5th place in these year rankings. Darren got the win. He got 24 points out of Kirk Cousins, and that was the last of the juices of Kirk Cousins, at least this year. Kirk Cousins is no more. So, Side Betta Go's midseason MVP was Kirk Cousins. That's the baby. She agrees. Now it's Derrick Henry would be like the next most important piece of this team, I believe. And so he has to perform very good, very admirably in order to facilitate. How are these going? These work? Yeah. Derrick Henry, he'll have to step up. Anyway, we're going to move on to the 4th place team, if that's okay. 4th place team in these here rankings. Team Robs. Top 4 all of a sudden. won by less than 2 points. Josh Allen, Alvin Kamara, and Gus Edwards combined for 86 points or something. I mean, that's how you get a win. Not to mention 33 points from DeAndre Hopkins and another 23 points from Rashid Shaheed on his bench. If he had played them instead of Pickens and Jacoby Myers, he would have finished with a whopping 170 points. Anyway, midseason MVP for Team Rob's Josh Allen. Obviously, averaging over 27 points per game. Number 1 fantasy quarterback. 4th place, up 2 slots. We're going to move on to the 3rd place team. 3rd place team in these here rankings is the Ghost. Oh. The Ghost of Bongtown. We're going to put Andrew right here. Brown Bear got the win. You see Joe Mixon, you see Breece Hall, Tyreek Hill, Devontae Smith. You look at them all. They all got like 20 points this week. Like 19, 20, something. Go mid-season MVP. Obviously, it's Tyreek Hill. That was the best decision so far that Andrew, made. That's what's showing itself. Number 1 at the position, 23 points per game. He may go over 2,000 yards this season. Bang. So he takes on the Moldy Biscuits this week in a must-win. He can really start to take over this whole thing. That's my little note that I got here. Man, just because of Tyreek, too. Ain't that something? Okay, moving on to 2nd place team. 2nd place team in these here rankings is the Quin Dynasty. Okay, Quin Dynasty, 2nd place. Didn't get the win. Lost to the Dicker. Tough stuff. What do we say? Just needed to do a little more. Couldn't get it done. Quin Dynasty midseason MVP. Christian McCaffrey, without question. You could say Jalen Hurts is also not too shabby. Without the two of them, this team we would have already talked about them earlier when the lower. So, 2nd place. We'll see for how much longer. And we'll move on to the 1st place team. And the 1st place team in these here rankings is Master Cook. You know what? You're at the top. You lose. You stay at the top. That's Allen's POV. Is he's at the top and he lost, but he's just gonna be like, no, I'm just gonna stay right here. He only lost by about 2 points. He could have played Njoku instead of Darren Waller, and probably would have won. Midseason MVP for this team is probably the hardest to choose, so I'm going to split it up, and I'm not going to split it up into 1 or 2. I'm going to split it up into 3. That's right, 3 midseason MVPs for this team, and it's Mostert, ATN, Zach Moss. Let's see. McCaffrey is the top running back, 3, 2, 3, 4. It's all these guys. He's got them all. What else can we say? 3-headed monster as the midseason MVP for Master Cook, and that's why he's going to stay right here at the top. That's it. Thanks for tuning in this week, next week, and last week. And so, what else we got? We got some other color options. Purple, green, blue. Have a great day, week, year. Happy holidays and happy Halloween.